Yeah.
what we've had for a generation or two of politicians, followership, not leadership. And it was, I
Mhm.
think it was Maggie Thatcher who said, someone must say the unsayable. And it's incredible, like watching PSA these things on, particularly on like drugs. I mean, sitting here in Vancouver, when I watched his videos, I was like, oh, at last somebody is actually saying the stuff on, because up until that point it was all about harm reduction, safe supply, and all this stuff where clearly, but you look around and everyone must see none of this is working. And all of a sudden you have a leader who's saying the unsayable, and a lot of people are waking up and going, oh, actually, yeah, that makes sense to me. But I suppose my question is, how do you walk that fine line there between saying the unsayable and just looking angry? He seems to have navigated that quite well thus far, right? Of not looking angry whilst also saying things that are outside of what was the political consensus at the time.
Yeah. I don't think those two things are necessarily in conflict because populism at its worst is just being a follower, not a leader. Followership, as you say, not leadership, where you're just sort of constantly got your finger in the wind. You want to have constant rolling issue polls and just be slightly behind public opinion at all times. And that I don't think was the case on the matter of drugs. I think on the issue of drugs and drug policy, it's a very good example of I don't know if the public knew what it wanted. I think the public intuitively felt its cities were in disarray and crumbling. They were maybe open to, a number of years ago, open to experimental policies because the issue has so many tragic outcomes that it feels like, gosh, nothing's working. We've got to try something. And Polyev, he tends to, when he analyzes an issue, apply principles first, like first principles first, then politics after. And politics being a gate, I think there are some issues where he may say the public's not ready yet for what is the right policy on this. So I'm going to sort of gradually get them there. And I won't go out on a far limb on this until I think the public's ready to be open to that argument. But on other issues, he may say, I think the public's unclear about what they want. I think they intuitively probably know what's right. I'm going to do a lot of research and data. And by the way, actually, I think that's a better way to put it. It's principles, then data, then politics at the end. And the politics is sort of the gate against all of that.